One of the tools to collect research data, that is Vignettes. Here, this in order to explore the people's beliefs, perceptions, and meanings about some particular situation, we will use the Vignettes technique. And mainly, it will be helpful to inquire some of the areas that is accessible through any other mean and the problematic relationship between action and belief. These are the situations we can use the Vignettes. What is vignette technique? Vignette technique is a method that is elicit the perception of the people, the opinion of the people, and the belief and attitude of the people, and even we can show some stories and we can get the commands from the people. So it is also described that stories about hypothetical characteristics of specific circumstances of this situation can be interviewed from the respondent. Vignettes generally fulfill three main purposes, so that interpretation of actions and occurrences that allow situational and particular actions will be influencing certain situation and about the particular problem or the issues or the story, how these particular people they are judging certain situations. So when we are judging certain situation, it will differ from individual to individual. So here we can assess the moral dilemmas and even we can discuss the sensitive experiences in comparison with the normality of the vignette. Using vignettes within the qualitative paradigm. So here the participants are usually asked to respond a particular situation, how they are imagining, how they are reacting. So about a specific situation that how they are believing and their attitude, and even we can ask them to compare the perceptions of certain situation. Coming the icebreaker. The main aim of the research is to explore participants' own definitions and evaluations. So here, if we are discussing certain phenomena or certain dilemmas, we will ask the definition of the particular people. So each one of the person or each participant, they will be giving a different situation and they will evaluate in a different manner. So that is the Vignette foreclosures areas by channeling participants' responses. Tapping general attitudes and beliefs. So the vignettes have been used to elicit cultural norms derived from respondents' attitudes and beliefs about in the particular situation. So that is how they are behaving in the particular situation based on their norms and the culture. Coming to the multi-method approach, this multi-method approach vignettes have been widely used in a complementary technique and in employed. So if sometimes if you are using interview or observation, we may not be gather a sufficient amount of data. So additional to that, we will be using vignettes. So here that children's perception, in order to explore children's perception and experiences of a long-term foster care, we can use vignettes and some games or some visual stimuli. These are all the things how the children are perceiving. So we can evaluate by having the vignette method. And even the sensitive topic. The vignettes also prove the opportunity to participants to have greater control and even they can, if they are having the real experiences of certain area, certain circumstances or situation, we can ask them to explain their own experiences. So example, if the person had an experience of some fire accident, metal fire accident, or some things like that, some unusual things, unusual topics, so that they will be telling their own experiences and they will illuminate their abstract responses. comparing perceptions of disparate groups. So here the Vignettes also offer the possibility of examining different groups interpretations of an uniform situation. So sometimes if you are explaining the uniform situation, some situation or circumstances, but if you are evaluating different group of people, they will be saying the different opinion or they will be perceiving the same situation in a different perception. Closing the interview. So here the researcher have used Vignettes because they are winding to the down the interview, and so that is always we will be winding with the broadening focus of the personal experiences. So how to design a good vignette? So always make sure our story should be real and plausible to participants, and eccentric characters and disastrous events must be avoided. So that is uneven things. So the event which is giving that multiple approach or the things which should be avoided, and vignettes should contain sufficient context of respondents, okay, so that they can understand the situation, and the ability of the participant may enhance to engage with the story. So make sure whenever we are displaying a story or telling a story, whether the participants are enhanced or engaged within the story, and the vignettes should be presented in an appropriate format. And initially, the participants give socially desirable responses. After checking, they will maintain how they actually behave. So always they will start with the social response, and they will be narrowed into the things what they are actually believing about certain situation. And it is important that the story is presented in the vignettes to be easily comprehensible, internally consistent, and it should not be very complex. So easily it should understandable, and so it should not give multiple meanings. So what will happen? They will get the participant will get confusion. What are the advantages of using vignettes in research? So here we can collect information simultaneously from large number of subjects, and even we can manipulate a number of variables at once in a manner that will not be possible by other methods like observation studies. Then absence of observer effect will not be there because we are giving the full freedom to the participant whatever the information they are eliciting, and it provides detailed data, and even it makes easy for the respondent to reply to the concerned topic, and we can maintain a face-to-face contact. Coming to the disadvantages, so sometimes what will happen, it will cover only limited amount of sample, and whatever the information we are collecting, that the entire information cannot be recorded. It is impossible. That involves subject interpretation to wider extent, and interviewer clarification. In between, the interviewer is clarifying with the respondent. It will be causing some inconsistencies.